Good evening, children. Welcome to 6th standard online chemistry class. Today we will be revising the short answers of chemistry third lesson first. Okay, children. So what is the first question? What is an element? What is an element? So the answer is an element is a substance that cannot be split into simpler substance by chemical means. So you can't separate or split a element into simple smaller substance by any chemical methods. That is an element. Okay. Second question, what are the symbols of the following elements? First one is carbon, capital C, iron, Fe, capital F and a small letter E, silicon, Si, capital S, small letter I, sulfur, S, capital S alone. Okay. Calcium, Ca, capital C and a small letter A, aluminium, capital A and small letter L, Al, oxygen, capital O, phosphorus, capital P. Okay, then chlorine, Cl, capital C and small letter L. The next one, magnesium, Mg, capital M and small letter G. Nitrogen, capital N. Copper, capital C and small letter U. And zinc, capital Z and small letter N. Lead, capital P and small letter B, Pb. Okay, these are the symbols. See, while writing the symbols, no, if it is a single letter, then you have to write its capital form or capital letter. Okay, if it is two letters, the first letter should be the capital and the next letter should be the smaller one. So that only the correct format. Then only I will give you mark. If not, I will reduce the mark. Is it clear, children? Okay, now come to the third question. Which elements are presented by the following symbols? Which elements are presented by the following symbols? First one is K. K is represented by potassium. What it is? Potassium. 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 Next one. Na, that is sodium. 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 Third one, Br is bromium. 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 Fourth one, Zn is zinc. 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 Fifth one, Cu is copper. 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 Fifth last one, sixth one, Ag is silver. 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 Is it clear, children? So you have to memorize the spellings thoroughly. Okay. Then next question, fourth one, what is a compound? What is a compound? So the answer is a compound is a substance that can be split into simpler substances, that is elements, by chemical means. We can split the compounds into elements using chemical techniques. So that is the definition for compound. Is it clear? Fifth question, what are atoms? An atom is the smallest part of an element that take part in a chemical reaction. An atom is the smallest part of an element that take part in a chemical reaction. Okay, children. Next question. What are molecules? What are molecules? A molecule is the smallest part of an element or a compound that can exist independently. So, a molecule is the smallest part of an element or compound that can exist independently. This is the definition for molecule. Question number 7. What is a pure substance? What is a pure substance? A pure substance is the one that can be split into simpler substances by physical means. A pure substance is the one that cannot be split into simpler substances by physical means. So you can't split the pure substances into still smaller or still smaller substances by using any physical techniques. Using chemical techniques it is possible, but using physical techniques like filtration, distillation, it's not possible. Okay. Question number 8. What is a mixture? What is a mixture? A mixture is a substance that can be separated into two or more pure substances by physical means. Okay, a mixture is a substance that can be separated into two or more pure substances by physical techniques such as filtration and all. Okay, you can separate the mixture into um, two or more pure substances. Is it clear? Now, question number 9. Name the method used to separate pure water from a solution of salt. From a solution of salt. Which method is used to separate the pure water from salt? That is the question. And the answer is distillation. What is the answer? Distillation. Distillation. Distillation is the answer for this question. Question number 10. Name 3 substances that can sublime. Sublime means what? On heating, it converts directly into solid. Directly into gases. From solid to gas, it will not converted into liquid. Okay. So the answer is camphor. Camphor we know. We use in our houses. Yes, to do pujas and all. Yes, camphor. 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 Next one is naphthalene. Yeah, naphthalene, the naphthalene balls we are using, no? Yes, NAPTHALENE, naphthalene. Last one, next one is ammonium chloride. Ammonium chloride. Ammonium, AMMONIUM, ammonium chloride. CHLORIDE, chloride. So this ammonium chloride, salt, naphthalene and camphor are the things which is sublimes. Is it clear, children? Hope you have understood this third lesson chemistry short answers well. So shall we move to the next one? So this is physics lesson 4 short answers. First question, what is force? Write the SI unit of force. And the answer is force is something that can bring about a change in the state of rest or of motion of a body, or a change in the shape or size of a body. The SI unit of force is Newton, capital N. Okay, force is what? Something which can make the moving object to rest, or the object which are at rest to make them to move. Or it can forces can also change the shape as well as the size of the object. And the SI unit of force is Newton. And while writing Newton in words, you have to begin with a small letter N, and if it is symbol, you have to use the capital letter. Is it clear? Yes. The next question. What is the next question? What is a contact force? Give an example. What is a contact force? Give an example. Forces that the two bodies in contact apply on each other are called contact forces. So when two bodies are in contact with each other, if they are exerting or they are giving some force, then that forces are called contact forces. For example, friction. Friction is an example of contact force. Friction is an example of contact force. Okay, children. Mention a force that is not a contact force. So, non-contact force we have to explain in third answer. Okay. Yes, come. So, gravitational force. Gravitational force is the answer for the non-contact force. Okay, the non-contact force example is gravitational force. Gravitational force, without touching the object, the force is applied. No, so it is a non-contact force. Okay, children. Okay, now fourth question. What is friction? How is the nature of the surface in contact related to the surface of friction? What is friction? How is the nature of the surfaces in contact related to the force of friction? So let us discuss the answer. So the forces that opposes or prevents motion between two surfaces in contact is called the force of friction. So the force whichever prevents the motion between the two surfaces. The two surfaces should be in contact. So such force is called to be friction. Is it clear? Friction is large for rough surfaces and small for smooth surfaces. So in friction is high in the case of rough surfaces, and less in the case of smooth surfaces. It produces heat. Friction also able to produce heat. Is it clear? Yes. The next question. What is the maximum value of static friction called? Maximum value of static friction called. Fifth question. The maximum value of static friction is called limiting friction. Limiting friction, it is greater than the kinetic friction. So the maximum value of static friction is called limiting friction, and it is greater than the kinetic friction. Okay. Now the next question, that is question number 6. Mention 3 methods of reducing friction in a machine. So how can we reduce friction in a machine? This can be possible by following the method. What are they? Friction is reduced by using lubricants, ball bearings, and making machine parts smooth. So friction can be reduced by using the lubricants. In our vehicles we use lubricants, no? And also ball bearings. In our cycles we use ball bearings. Bicycles and all we use ball bearings. Similarly, the machine parts can also be made smoother so that friction can be reduced. Okay children? Yes. Next question, and the last question, which is the last question. Mention one way in which we make use of the heat produced by friction. So we know that now only we have studied by while the friction forces are playing there, it can produce heat. Consider if you are rubbing your two palms together, two surfaces are in contact and their motion is prevented, so that is friction is created there. So after rubbing, keep your palms on your cheek, you will feel the hotness, isn't it? That is because of the uh, thing that friction produces heat. So in what way this frictional heat is useful for us? Let us see how this frictional force is useful for us. To ignite a match, we rub it against a rough surface, isn't it? So matchbox, we have to ignite a match, we rub it against a rough surface. The heat produced by friction makes the chemicals on its head to catch fire. So we are rubbing the matchsticks on a rough surfaces. The matchstick has the chemicals on its head. When the chemicals are hardly rubbed, they catches fire. We are rubbing means what? Actually we are producing the friction there. Because of friction, heat is produced. That's how the matchstick catches fire. Do you understand? So to igniting the matchstick itself, this frictional forces or the heat produced by the friction is useful to us. Is it clear children? Hope you have understood this uh, revision class very well. So do your revisions, write a test, get corrected from your parents. Both the lesson short answer should be written, the test should be written test, and you have to get the correction from your parents and send me the corrected test copies to my personal number. Also report in the group without fail children. Thank you. Meet you again.